Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports and regionsports.com. We come to you tonight from Chesterton High School as the Region Sports Network presents the Chesterton Trojans taking on the Merrillville Pirates in a DAC boys basketball showdown. I'm Michael Brenner. I'll have the play-by-play for today's game, and joining me for the color analysis is the one and only Coach Doug Nelson. Coach, good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. It'll be an exciting night tonight, and we're getting ready to go here.
Already pointing at the officials. I see how things go for you.
You got to get those when you can. Yeah.
Anytime you're in the coaching business, and you got to make sure that the coaches stay on your side for sure. I don't blame you. That's what I'd be doing as well.
Christmas cards were sent out. Yes.
All right, let's get things going here. We're just a few moments from tip-off between Chesterton and Merrillville. Let's take a look at our Saturday night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, a clear 25 degrees outside. None of that frozen precipitation stuff that typically falls from the sky anywhere near our sites tonight. So happy about that. Feels like 25 out there as well. So that is your Saturday night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. So from Chesterton High School, one of my favorite places to come watch a basketball game, mainly because we get such prime seating while we're here. But while we're here, we are going to get to see two really good teams. Merrillville, though they're 3-4 this season, have played a tough schedule to start things up, Coach.
Yeah, I looked it up based on Sagarin ratings. They have the 19th rated schedule in the state right now. Coach Patton does a great job for Merrillville, and Coach Urban has his Trojans working hard, and they compete every year, and they're in the mix every year for postseason success. So it should be fun. Dueling conference games, that's what I've grown up around, being a Portage grad, and they're grinding out, rebound kind of Big Ten-ish style, and just let's see who comes to play tonight.
Yeah, Merrillville also shooting 62% from the free throw line. That's in my opinion, that's kind of one of the pivotal things in any basketball game. If you're rebounding and you're hitting your free throws, you're going to be in really, really good shape for the basketball game. So like we said, Coach Bo Patton in his second season with the Merrillville Pirates, 15-16 overall in his career. He was 12-12 last year. So kind of at this point is kind of where you're looking for a coach who's kind of building a program, because you know as well as anybody, when you become a head coach in any kind of program, you have to start looking at everything under you as well. Middle school level, even some of the bitty ball leagues, AAU leagues and stuff like that. So there is a lot of pressure that goes on to any head basketball coach. So now in year 2, year 3, coming next year, that's kind of when you're looking, things are going to be kind of your system, right?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's not as easy as some people think, and it might take a few years to get out and make your face known and sell yourself and sell your program. And coincidentally, my son and I officiate in the Merrillville Youth League. We haven't this year with the COVID going on, but and there's a ton of talent there coming up every year. But there's so many factors, and but Coach Patton's done an amazing job. Again, you can't base every ounce of success on the record. I mean, he's got good numbers. He's got kids that are working hard and progressing. He's got athletes here, and he's going to have them ready for a postseason run.
Yeah, I mentioned before that I coach at the middle school level a little bit, and I have seen a lot of those Pierce teams the last couple of years, and they are some talented ball clubs. In fact, their 8th grade team, when they were playing as 7th graders, I thought it was like almost their freshman team. They have some very, very tall kids coming into the high school level next year. Not even this year, next year into high school as freshmen. So Merrillville in a very, very good shape coming up down the road here. Defending sectional champions. Let's talk about that for a second. Kind of, I wouldn't say stunned people, but I think there was a little bit of an eye-opener when they did win sectionals. They beat a very, very good Munster team in sectionals that everyone kind of thought Munster might have a title run in them to get down to the state championship, and then Merrillville came out out like gangbusters.
Right. I mean, anytime you have the type of athleticism that Merrillville has, you can't emulate that in practice. We've tried it before. We put 7 guys out there, 8 guys out there, 5 on 8, 5 on 9. You cannot do that. So as soon as they start executing, the ball goes in the basket, then that's hard to guard. That's hard to figure out.
All right, we're going to step aside for just a moment, and then we will highlight the Chesterton Trojans. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's Game Night in the Region broadcast is brought to you by Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future. The Crow Companies, your insurance superheroes. Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Four Seasons Mechanical, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. Region Mortgage, making getting a mortgage easier than before. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop. Allstate Insurance Elaine Morris, it's good to be in good hands. Ennis Builders, we build dreams.
Think all superheroes wear capes? The ones we know wear name badges, aprons, visors, and even during long shifts, they wear smiles. These superheroes are you, our Strachan Van Til associates, and we appreciate all you do, from sanitizing stores, keeping shelves stocked, and providing safe access to food. And when you're asked to go beyond the call of duty, you deliver. You're the unsung superheroes of grocery shopping, and we want to sing your praises. Strachan Van Til is the heart of the neighborhood, and you are the heart and soul of Strachan Van Til.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network at Chesterton High School as we get ready for this matchup between the Chesterton Trojans and the Merrillville Pirates. Excited to be along for this one. Now let's take a look at the Chesterton Trojans. We've already kind of spotlighted Merrillville a little bit. Let's take a look at the Chesterton Trojans. Coach Mark Urban in his 5th season has the Trojans 7-1 this season. They've also played some decent talent going, early part of the season. Had a good tournament that they hosted right here. And this is, we talked about when you become a head coach or varsity coach, you have to take care of all the responsibilities under that as well. And I think that's what we're finally starting to see as a repercussion with Mark Urban's team. In this 5th season, really starting to make this program his. Yeah,
He is a very hard-nosed guy. These guys work hard. They're going to get down and do the rebounding and the hard and the dirty work. And, Chesterton has had the Trojan Basketball Club that's been an established program that his younger guys play through. And that kind of consistency shows on the court.
Yeah.
But Mark's always been a hard-nosed guy and well-coached, and both of these guys are very well-respected coaches in the area. So it'll be exciting to see what kind of adjustments need to be made as the game goes on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch these two teams match up. Over the years, this has been kind of a lopsided series in favor of the Merrillville Pirates. If you go back to and I just went back to the 2010-11 season, kind of making a 10-year basis, and they have gone 7-3 against the Trojans. However, this series is lopsided towards Chesterton. If you look at the last 2 years, as they've won the last 2 matchups. I was here 2 years ago calling this matchup. A little bit of a tougher affair for Merrillville to try to get the lead, but last year was a very close game, a 56-53 win for Chesterton over Merrillville, and I expect this one to be a pretty tight ball game today.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Again, it'll be interesting to see how the tempo and the flow goes. Merrillville wants to get up and down. They have a very balanced scoring attack, and Chesterton's going through their point guard, Travis Grayson, takes about twice as many shots as the next person. So the different styles will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I agree. And then Chesterton also coming off of a tough contest in sectional play as well. You were calling that game, so kind of a different dynamic. One thing can change in a game, and it changes the whole dynamic of a game. And you were talking about a broken nose for one of the better Chesterton players last year.
Yeah, when Wadding went out with a broken nose, and even he returned, but he was never the same afterwards. But Grayson stepped up and did very well for his program. But
we're going to go ahead and tune in to the national anthem. All right, we're going to be looking at the starting lineups here in just a moment. So, Coach, I'll let you finish your point in just a few minutes.
Well, I just think the size and the beef of Valpo last year with the Jones brothers and their guards that stepped up and made plays, but with Wadding going down with the injured nose, it was obvious that made an impact on the outcome of the game.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. All right, take a look at these starting lineups for the Merrillville Pirates. Number 4 coming out, that is Isaiah Akinele. Number 14, Dylan Cody. Number 23, Dorian Harris. Number 34, Jawan Bundy. And number 50, AJ Dixon. Chesterton Trojans starting lineup. Number 2, Travis Grayson. And now number 3, Luke Lombardini, excuse me. And number 21, Chris Mullen. And now number 24, Charlie Eaton. Number 32, Tyler Vanderwood. Things like that, Coach, I missed. I missed the flair, the pomp and circumstance of a starting lineup, the dramatic music, stuff like that. I missed that.
Yeah. That adds a lot to the game. It really does.
It gets you hyped.
For us and the kids.
We were a little bit thrown off here, Coach. The starting lineups that we were told before the game were not what was introduced, so scrambling there for just a little bit. And I will say, you and I were also at the Highland tournament, and there were a handful of fans that came for. Obviously, we had limited seating for those games, but this is probably the biggest crowd that I've seen so far at a basketball game. So.
I agree. As a parent, I mean, it's got to be difficult to sit at home and watch your kid play.
Yeah, or a grandparent, or whoever you might be.
Sure.
Feed down low to a Kinley.
Kinley did a great job there of slipping the screen. They did a little down screen for a corner cutter, and he slipped it and got the backdoor pass.
So Chesterton now with the basketball. Cross-court pass in the corner for 3. No good, as that was Charlie Eaton putting that one up. Here goes Merrillville on the baseline, passing back to the inside. Kinley right underneath again, getting the first 4 points of the game. Here comes Chesterton now. Give is out to Vanderwood for 3. He connects on a big-time 3.
Anytime you have some size in the perimeter, then that's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. A guy like Vanderwood's size.
It's a matchup problem, yeah.
A 6'5" senior.
I enjoy watching two teams play hard, aggressive man-to-man defense. In their face, making them work for cuts. That's fun.
There's Dixon. Hands off to Akinlie. He gets called for the walk, though. You know, very early on, this tempo was kind of favoring Merrillville. We'll see it slow down a little bit.
Well, Merrillville is going to make it a full-court game the entire game, no matter what the score. So it just wears on you after a while. It really does.
Does that wear more on the defense, or does it wear more on the? I would think on the offense, it's got to wear after a little while as well.
Absolutely, it's going to wear on the offense. They have to make decisions full court for 4 quarters. That's anytime you do that, and it makes you slow down a little bit because you got to think before you act.
So Merrillville with the basketball for an empty possession from Chesterton. Here goes Dixon trying to get to the rim, lays it home or tries to lay it home, but the roll is no good for Merrillville.
Looks like Merrillville's running a little dribble drive. Put their guy Akinlie in the short corner. He's posting up and getting deep. I see him. He's going to have a big factor in tonight's game.
Vanderwood the basketball, given to Grayson, trying to lay it home, trying to draw some contact as well. Didn't get it to fall, didn't get a whistle as well. So here comes Merrillville down the floor. Dixon with the basketball, feeding a little high-low action. Now gives to Akinlie for another basket.
Using the backboard, I love it.
6 points for Merrillville. All 6 belong to Isaiah Akinlie, a 6'5" sophomore.
He looks young, doesn't he?
He does.
He's got some
little baby face going on.
Yeah, he does.
But he's got some size to him, and they'll call an offensive foul. The foul was on Chris Mullen.
Yeah.
Now, you said you love using the window. I feel like that's one thing that's kind of changing in today's game. A lot of the kids don't want to use the backboard. Like, it's almost like an insult to use the backboard, where, I mean, it's there for a reason, and it can help you.
Oh, sure. Go back and watch old films of Larry Bird. We've played.
This one stripped away from Akinlie. Here comes Lambardini down the floor to lay it home. And they might call a goaltend. They're calling a block. Do they call a goaltend?
No, it's the block. Coach Urban wants it, but I don't know if they're going to get it.
So it is A.J. Dixon going to get called for the foul. You were right. Mark Urban did want the goaltend, and I thought they might be able to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about Larry Bird.
Well, just, I remember playing when I was a student at VU, and I was helping out the girls basketball program, and we would play games where we play horse and pig, but everything had to be a bank, and just little things like that, and just learning those angles, and the backboard is your friend.
Yeah, exactly. It's there. I mean, like I said, it's there for a reason. Use it. It can only help you. It can't hurt you too much. Lambardini 1 or 2 from the line. We talked in the open a little bit about Merrillville's free throw shooting success as a 3-point basket put up and good from Jawan Bundy. But Chesterton shoots 66% from the free throw line. That's also going to win you some ball games.
Yeah.
Grayson trying to put that one home, but it goes out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover, and the ball will belong to the Merrillville Pirates.
As a coach, you'd still like to see both percentages a little higher. Around the state, back, I'm kind of showing my age, back, it seemed like the free throw percentage was a little better back then, and guys kind of took pride in making free throws, you know?
Well, when it comes to those clutch, moments in a game and you get fouled, are you going to shoot free throws? Are you going to shoot frees? I think the threes are what is big for the kids in basketball now, and I think that's a representative of what we see in the NBA today. It's threes or nothing almost. Sure. There's another 3-point basket put up and dropped by Tyler Vanderwood. He's got 2 threes already, so he's got 6 of Chesterton's 7 points.
To go back to your point, though, I think that the free throws and the layups win you the games.
Yeah.
Those 3-pointers and other are flashy, but...
I have seen too many times where there's been fouls called at the end of the game, and a team will shoot, say, 2 of 6 from the line, and they end up losing by 3 points.
Correct. Back in when I played middle school basketball, they'd say make them in the first half. So in the fourth quarter, they're easier. There's not so much pressure.
Mark Urban about to lose his mind. He wanted a foul call. This one put back up and blocked up top by A.J. Dixon. And like I said, the camera might be on Mark Urban at the moment.
He's getting a warning right now.
Warning, white bench, 3:35 the first. Right down.
So that is what the officials feel. Coach Urban.
Well, they're letting him play down low. They are. I mean, there's a lot of contact. I don't know. Again,
I'm not saying he doesn't have a point.
Yeah, and whether he's right or wrong, we coached the game this morning. So the flow of the game to a lot of officials is more important up and down than stopping it and shooting 80 free throws,
Yeah. I would say the same thing for us here at the broadcast position. We like a good game flow as well.
Sure.
Feed it down low as they tried to feed it to Dorian Harris. This one goes out of bounds, though. It'll be Chesterton basketball with 3:23 left to go in the opening quarter.
That's interesting, too, because it takes about a quarter and a half for players to get to feeling of how the officials are going to call the game.
Mm-hmm.
Every official is different, and, based on how they're rotated throughout the game, and one guy might call it tighter than another, but
I feel the same way. You're obviously a baseball coach as well. Does that drive you nuts that an official or an umpire can do things differently, even though the rule book says it should be only one way? I can see on the look on your face you don't want to comment. All right. Well,
the officials are trying the best that they can, and we appreciate the officials every game.
Oh, 100%, yes. Now, that is a very politically correct statement.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you. It is such a thankless job. But I do find, I'll be one to say it. I don't have to, get in faces with officials very often, as the foul going to be called on Luke Lombardini for Chesterton. But, it's got to, if the rules say that something is this, like if a strike zone is what it is, then how can officials see it different? But everybody's got different opinions. It's much like politics as well. Everybody's got different opinions on things or how to interpret things. So.
Well, another thing, too, is the officials coming in. If I find out that I have so-and-so, it's going to be, they're going to let them play.
Okay.
And if another guy might call them tighter. That's just the nature of the beast, and that's part of the game. It really is.
And you tell your kids that, right?
Absolutely.
You tell your players that. Like, hey, you're going to get away with a little bit here and there,
Yep.
so...
Some guys, I'd say, you know what, you can bring a hammer and a machete, they're not going to call anything tonight, and other guys, I say, don't even look at them. They got a quick whistle.
Oh, and a nice basket put up, and the foul called on Travis Grayson. Gets the bucket, gets the foul, his first points of the game. And Coach, we were given stats prior to the game, and we were kind of looking through those, and I was astounded to see just this season alone 144 points for Travis Grayson, making 146 now.
Mm-hmm. He's a very talented guard. He's one of the better players in the Dublin Conference and the northern part of Indiana, and he's still getting better every game.
Yeah, a 5'9" junior. Yeah, still plenty of room to grow.
Yep. Coach Urban will develop him. He'll continue to grow.
And that is one thing I will say, not that every conference doesn't have good coaches, but in the DAC, there are a lot of good coaches. Nice block up top by Chris Mullen.
Well, I agree. I agree with that a lot. From top to bottom, you cannot.
Right.
There is no off night in the Dublin Conference.
And that's a foul going to be called on Dylan Cody. He was surprised, but I think we all kind of saw that one here in the gym. That one was pretty obvious.
Again, these are two, I'm showing my age again, but these are two of the younger coaches that are very well respected in the area. You got Doolin, you've got Tom Wells over at Michigan City, Clint Swan at Crown Point. Just, it doesn't stop. You have got to prepare because these guys are preparing for you.
Well, and you also have coaches like you mentioned, Clint Swan, Dave Malosnik, have been at their respective schools for a number of years, so they are well-versed in the DAC conference. By the way, both these two schools playing their first conference game of the season. And you mentioned that there's no off night in the DAC, and that is true. It's much like the Big Ten this season. I don't know how much Big Ten basketball you were at the Big Ten tournament before it was shut down last year.
Correct. Yeah, me and my boys were down there the night that they shut everything down. It was an interesting 24 hours.
Oh, you're telling me.
Yeah.
One minute we're prepping for because I don't remember. We were supposed to do region. I don't know if I was supposed to work with you for regionals. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look.
I think we were supposed to go to the 3A, or was I supposed to go to Michigan City? I can't remember.
Yeah, I had to go back and look at what we were supposed to do. But yeah, I was getting prepped for. No, I'm sorry. I was going to work with my dad actually. Mm-hmm. We were going to do the regionals, and then all of a sudden, next thing we know, never mind. Hang up the mic. You're done for a while.
Yeah, there was a lot of unknowns at that point.
Nice feed, high-low, and no foul called again. And again, Mark Urban is beside himself on the sideline, and he has a very valid point. This one rattles around, does fall through. Angel Nelson.
It does appear that there's contact down there, and a lot of times when the guys, the defender's swatting down, it looks like a foul. It really does, and maybe there's no contact. And Zach Lee was, again, one of the most respected officials in the area. If he sees a foul, he'll call it.
Merrillville coming back down in transition, knocked out of bounds. They're going to keep it down here on this end of the floor. 47.5 seconds to go. And they're going to chat with Coach Urban again.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that's great about Zach, is he'll communicate with the coaches and say, this is what I saw.
And then, as a coach, you have to respect that, because at least the guy's going to tell you, this is what I saw. If you saw something different, that's you.
That's all you can ask for, really.
This 3-ball, no good. 12-10 your score, 33 seconds to go. Here's Grayson trying to weave his way to a basket, gets the foul called, but the basket does not fall with 29.8 left to go.
And there is an art to it too. You've seen enough games, Mark's going to work the officials a little bit, and he maybe letting his opinion known might get him a call down the road, and then a little give and take from the coaches and the officials.
And the first free throw good for Travis Grayson. Now, I will say that, and I think that's a good thing to have that, the back and forth, and, as long as the coach isn't, belittling a referee by any stretch of the imagination, which I know both these coaches would never do.
Sure.
Now, you, on the other hand, I can't.
No, I can't remember the last technical I've had. It's been a while.
This is the second free throw. So Merrillville will bring it up slowly up the floor. Don't forget the conclusion of today's game. We'll name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. The Crowd Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Nelson for three. Rattles around. Can't come down. Grayson comes down with it, though, with 10 seconds to go in the opening quarter. From the corner, Guest tries to make the three go down. No good. Rebounding, though. Coming down is Etchery. Say no shot was put up there. So a very close game at the end of one. 12-11 your score. Merrillville on top. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We've got a close ball game between Chesterton and Merrillville. Right now the Pirates on top 12-11 over the Trojans. Michael Branner, Coach Doug Nelson alongside. We got Rich Castillo and Ken Sigfried in the house as well.
We were talking about there's been a lot of flow, a lot of up and down for only having a 12-11 game, but it's been an entertaining game to watch.
Yeah, one definitely is. Vanderwood gives out to Grayson, tries to penetrate, has to hold back out. Strong defense by Bundy right there. contact there. I was going to say there's got to be a whistle at some point.
It's hard to reach in on Travis Grayson. If you reach in, he's going to make you pay. And he's going to attack the basket like he did there.
Foul was called on Etchery.
And it looks like Chesterton's in the bonus now the rest of the half.
Yeah, 6 fouls already for
Merrillville, yeah.
For Merrillville. I definitely missed some of those as we were chatting because I only have 4 written down on my... That's all right. We'll figure it out as the game goes on.
Yep.
I guess we're just starting the second quarter here. 40 seconds in. Grayson for 3. Just off the mark. Looks like Vanderwood with the rebound. Can he put it home? He cannot. The rebound comes down to Akinlier.
Akinlier did a great job there of walling up. He went straight up.
Etchery for a basket, no good. Looked like he may have gotten away with a forearm extension there as well. Grayson trying to dissect the defense. There's a foul called, and they might call it on Eric Chavez. Nope, I'm sorry. They're going to call it on Reese Etchery. That is going to be his second of the game.
And Chesterton's at the line for the rest of the half, like we mentioned. I mean, that's something a good point guard can recognize and say, I could, take advantage of this situation.
Knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1. 3 of 4 from the line today. Typically shoots 80% from the free throw line, so not too shabby for a young man.
Well, you want your point guard to be one of your better free throw shooters. He's going to have the ball in his hand a lot.
And knocks both of them down there. Averages 18 points a game. He has 6 points already in this one, and surprisingly, Coach, only 1 field goal. Most of his points all coming at the free throw line today.
I like that, you got to be able to score in different ways. Chesterton's picked up their defensive pressure a little bit. 3/4 court.
Jumper put up by Etchery, no good. Rebound coming down to Chesterton. It was Chris Mullen holding on to that one. Would you venture, do you wonder if there's any relation to the old St. John?
I was thinking the same thing. You had me looking at my roster here. I think the red hair that Chris Mullen from St. John had.
From this angle, and if his family's out there and wants to comment on Facebook, be happy to tune into that. I can see a slight resemblance.
I do see a slight resemblance, but red hair runs pretty strong genetically. I don't see much red hair there.
And the free throw is good for Chris Mullen, and also just happens to work that his name is Chris.
Mm-hmm.
The foul, by the way, was called on Eric Chavez.
Chris Mullen's one of those left-handed shooters from St. John, Chris Mullen.
Yes.
A basketball guy just loves to watch left-handed shooters shoot the basketball.
Is he? I had to go back and double check. I know he was coaching at St. John's for a while. Is he still coaching over there? I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's Angel Nelson with the basketball, trying to find a lane. Couldn't get it out, though. Entry given to Chavez out in the left wing. Stopping at the left elbow, trying to find someone to pass to. This one poked away, almost goes out of bounds. Saves it, though, is Merrillville. Nice play by Bundy to save it. Etchery losing that one on the dribble. And a foul going to be called likely on Angel Nelson here as he tried to have a little reach in. No, I'm sorry. They're going to call it on Reese Etchery again.
He's got 3.
That's going to be his 3rd.
When you dribble the basketball in place in front of a good defender, they're going to take it. So you have to go somewhere with your dribble, either to attack the basket or shorten a pass. Otherwise, some guys watch too much NBA or Harlem Globetrotters, and they're not very efficient with your dribble. But this is right here what happens if you dribble too much in place.
First free throw on this possession here is good for Travis Grayson. And we said coming into the day he shoots 80% at the line. And he is 5 of 6 today.
Mm-hmm. Now they're in the double bonus, so they'll be shooting 2 shots.
And because I had to mention that, obviously that's why I put the announcer's jinx on him. That was my bad.
It was him, guys. It was him.
We were almost going to put the smite on you, and we were almost going to have overtime in that JV game.
We don't want that. Good move.
McKinley right underneath the basket, just having his way. We haven't seen him since the first quarter, but he's got 8.
Great footwork there, young man.
As a travel going to be called on Travis Grayson. One thing we noticed in that JV game, Coach, was Chesterton really good at passing with a purpose. And I think that can be said for the dribbling you were talking about as well. If you're going to dribble, make sure there's a purpose to it and go to a spot you're going to have.
Yeah, there's something to be said with good passing and passing the ball in the shooting pocket.
Like that. A fantastic pass to a wide open Isaiah Akinlier. 10 points here in the first half.
It's difficult to shoot the basketball when it's thrown at your feet, or you have to jump and get your feet set again.
That's a nice pass into the corner, and the three almost goes down, but just a little off the mark for Luke Lombardini.
Ball's in play.
Yeah, guys hitting the benches here. This one trying to put a teardrop down, can't get it to go. Chesterton comes down in transition. Charlie Eaton with it. Now given to Mullen. We'll have to find out if there's any relation to the Mullen family of St. John's.
There you go. That'd be interesting if it did.
And a block going to be called against Merrillville. And it's going to be called against Akinlier. That is his first. And this will send Luke Lombardini to the line. He's only 5 of 6 for the whole season.
It's actually pretty impressive that Chesterton's only got 2 team fouls with as aggressive as they do play half-court man-to-man defense.
Should update based on the stats that I have down here now. He is 6 of 9 from the line this season. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the IKORCC Play of the Game, presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. 0 for 2 on the rebound, or on the charity stripe shots there for Luke Lombardini.
There's a number 4. Justin Sims is in the game for Chesterton. He's a freshman. Nice to see a young man step up to the varsity level, see how he can handle the pressure here.
Now, I didn't ask this long pass there, as they're going to bring it up with some pressure here. Akinlier trying to get down underneath. They're going to call a foul, and it is going to be a charge called against Akinlier. And we have a technical.
A lot going on right now. Let's get caught up.
And the technical is going to be called on Isaiah Akinlier. So that is his second with 1 technical. Now the rule, if he gets a...
That counts as a team foul.
I thought they said number 4, Akinlier.
He got called for a charge.
Okay.
And then they called a technical foul on number 32 for Chesterton. I don't know if it was taunting. I don't know what it was, if he said something.
All right, and then that is Dorian Harris shooting the free throws. Now, I was kind of looking down to see, did he make the first one, Coach?
Yes, he did. He made them both.
Both, okay. I was also looking down at the official at the scorer's table trying to see if I could hear.
Yeah.
That's the other thing here in this COVID season. You know, we were doing a game not too long ago, and the coach for one of the teams said, "Yeah, we heard everything you said."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
but that's how
where we're at. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I've actually had an official tell me who has seen me later on down the road. I'll say Kevin Mikesell.
Yeah.
And I'll never great official
yes.
Here in the state of Indiana. Actually, I was doing a game, I want to say it was at Lake Station, while the travel called here against Merrillville. I think it was a Lake Station, Washington Township game, and there was a ruckus that occurred, some guys hitting the floor, and it was a skirmish on the floor, and multiple benches cleared, and so when they went to go organize it, he was telling the scorer's table, and we were up in a totally different location trying to just figure out what the heck, was going to be called. Nice pass down underneath to Vanderwood. And he ended up seeing me and that was probably early, just a little bit before sectionals, and Kevin Mikesell found me at, a game that we were doing at sectionals at the Hammond Civic Center, and he said, "Hey, I went back and listened to your broadcast. I should have, tried to signal to you guys so that way we can explain." And I thought, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, an official thinking about a broadcast crew.
Right. That's one of those things you see on TV. Where they come over, actually, they might even have to go all the way to the other side of the floor to communicate, but they do. And
Marcus Hardy with the bucket for Merrillville. Merrillville on top 20-17, 3:07 to go, and a layup is good. Travis Grayson.
Got to stop the basketball and half-court defense.
So Travis Grayson is actually going to pick up his first field goal since the first quarter. So he gets fouled. The bucket was good. He'll go to the line. The foul was on Marcus Hardy.
That's his second. Again, we had Kevin Meisel's son today do our game, and he does a great job. You know, apple doesn't far too far from the tree there. He did a great job today for us. Good
save by Chavez on the baseline here, as Silas Mathis in the game as well for Merrillville. Jawan Bundy trying to find a lane inside, loses it. Can he save it? He does. Right in the heart of the state of Indiana right there.
Yep.
If you can't see that, on the floor is the Indiana logo, or an outline of the state of Indiana. And a foul going to be called against Chesterton here with 2:40 left to play in the opening quarter. Or I'm sorry, in the second quarter, excuse me.
Chesterton really doing a great job of moving their feet, playing defense with their feet. Kind of bailed them out on that one.
Yeah.
He had a bad lane going to the rim, and Chesterton kind of bailed him out.
Dorian Harris misses the first free throw. He was 2 for 2 coming in.
Close ball game here. Low scoring game. Your typical Duneland Conference game, and
so 2 for 4 from the line today. Was 6 of 9 coming in. Was Dorian Harris to start coming into this game. We've got to keep in mind Dylan Cody coming in with 63 points in the game today. Has not had a basket yet. That's number 14 for Merrillville. Grayson trying to put one up there. No good. Another guy I was kind of going to keep my eye on was number 15 for Chesterton, Sean Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
Grayson all alone, going to the window, gets the foul and the bucket again.
Good job attacking the rim there. Don't be satisfied just getting fouled. Try to finish at the front of the rim.
So Grayson gets his third field goal of the game. The foul was called on Eric Chavez. That's his second of the game.
It'd be interesting to see how Chesterton handles the last 2 minutes of this half with only 14 fouls. See if they pick up some pressure.
Yeah, that's something that I know Coach Urban has been very high on, is limiting not only just the silly fouls, but just a well-disciplined team.
You can see they execute their half-court sets really well.
Down at the baseline, going right for it, Dorian Bundy. His first field goal of the game. 1:45 left to go.
Little block-to-block screen. He'll pop up, look high-low.
Number 11, Carson Parrish in the game as well. Give into the corner. Guest's going to step out of bounds. So that is a turnover for the Chesterton Trojans. And we got a 30-second timeout called by Merrillville here, so we'll keep it right here with a tie ball game, 22-22 with 1:27 left to go in the opening quarter. I'm liking the pace of this game. I think the officials are kind of playing to keep that, because especially I have done games where it is a foul every few seconds, and you can't get into any kind of rhythm in that kind of atmosphere.
That is so hard to watch.
Yes.
It's hard to get into a flow. The kids don't know, the coaches don't know, the refs don't want to do that. The refs don't want to be here all night. They're not paid by the hour, but they call it like they see it. But we have two pretty good, solid, again, half-court man-to-man defenses going here tonight. And it'll be interesting to see what Coach Patton does here. A minute and a half left. Their team's in foul trouble. They might pull it out a little bit. Chesterton looks like they're going 2-3 zone. Maybe pull it out, eat some clock, and try to save some time for some of their guys in foul trouble. A little half-court trap. I thought that might be coming. You got to get a guy in the middle. Attack the middle.
I was looking to see if anybody had commented on the Mullen relationship. Yeah. Nobody chimed in yet.
Not yet. Merrillville's eating some clock here. I like this. This is old school Doolin basketball. Get a good shot. You got a tie game. Teams in foul trouble.
You alluded to something earlier that I was going to bring up in the course of the game, and a silly turnover by Merrillville here and Coach Patton, and not happy with it. And I can bring it up here in the second half, or we can talk about it at the halftime if you want. But you mentioned earlier in the game a foul or a travel going to be called against Chesterton. But we do have two very young coaches, Mark Urban and Bo Patton. Does that change do you think that's going to kind of change the way basketball, because the way basketball was played a few years ago, say even just 10 years ago, it's a lot different than how they play it now.
Well, it is, but Coach Urban, his father was a coach also, so he's been in the locker room. He's seen it. He knows what they need to do to be successful. And Coach Patton has been around, and played, and so times have changed somewhat,
Well, because you have to coach to your players. You can't coach, right? You kind of have to coach to the players that you have.
Right. But, for myself personally, and it depends on the coach, too. Personally, I like to try to get the last shot of every quarter, if you can.
And a foul going to be called there with 16.6 left to go in this first half.
But the game flow affects that also. Yeah. Those guys were going back and forth at it pretty physically.
So the foul is called on Silas Mathis. This will send Justin Sims to the line.
Again, this young man's a freshman. He's got great size, moving very well without the basketball. He's only going to get better.
A little too long on the first free throw, but yeah, you talked about size, 6'5" for a freshman. This is the kind of stuff we were walking into in that, last season when we watched the 7th grade team for Pierce come in. They were already, I was like, these guys are taller than me. They're in 7th grade.
I'm telling you, I've seen it. Again, we've been reffing in the Merrillville Youth League for about 4 or 5 years, and they're just men.
Good on the second free throw. He was 5 of 12 coming into this game. Now 6 of 13. No, I'm sorry, 6 of 14. I can do math. 10 seconds to go in this first half. Merrillville the basketball. They trail by 1. This is the first lead for Chesterton in the ball game. Cross-court pass. 1 second to go. Harris puts it up, and that'll be the halftime score. Chesterton on top, 23-22. Low scoring, but a lot of action here in this one. And this is only going to get, I think it's going to get a little chippy in the second half. We'll see how that plays out. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Region Mortgage, they're making getting a loan even easier than before. Secure a home purchase loan that utilizes today's great mortgage rates to make your dream home affordable. Go to region.mortgage to apply. It's quick and easy. Looking to lower your interest rate or monthly payment? Receive a quote on a home refinance that may help you save money. Just go to region.mortgage and click on the apply button or call 866-773-4466. Region Mortgage in Merrillville, making getting a loan easier than before.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
Misprint is your source for all your printing, graphic design, and sign needs. They provide personalized service from Northwest Indiana to clients nationwide. Check out their interactive website where you can see a full list of all their products and services, along with answers to commonly asked questions to help you get started with your printing or sign projects. Click the Sign Company tab at the top right corner where you can explore our vehicle wrap, vinyl lettering, decal printing, or outdoor sign services. Click the Contact Us tab for more information and an easy-to-use link to email us. Misprint. Print, design, signs.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Think all superheroes wear capes? The ones we know wear name badges, aprons, visors, and even during long shifts, they wear smiles. These superheroes are you, our Strack & Van Til associates, and we appreciate all you do, from sanitizing stores, keeping shelves stocked, and providing safe access to food. And when you're asked to go beyond the call of duty, you deliver. You're the unsung superheroes of grocery shopping, and we want to sing your praises. Strack & Van Til is the heart of the neighborhood, and you are the heart and soul of Strack & Van Til.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Halftime here at Chesterton High School between the Trojans and the Merrillville Pirates. Chesterton Trojans on top 23-22. Michael Brenner here along with Coach Doug Nelson. And Doug, we had a lot of really good things happen for both teams that first half. And like you said, it's a DAC showdown. It's going to be a low scoring, good defense. We saw a little bit of chippiness, some of it from the coaches as well. So this is going to be a good finish down the stretch. But what did you like most from both teams here in that first half?
Like we mentioned, I really like Chesterton's half-court defense. You know, they get up in you. They make you uncomfortable. It led to some turnovers, some full-court and one situations down here for Chesterton. And, you know, both teams playing great man-to-man defense. And Merrillville's just got to try to do it without as many fouls. So, yeah, that, you know, that Chesterton's definitely got the advantage at the free throw line right now. And in a close game, like we mentioned, that could be a factor.
Travis Grayson, not surprised, is the leading scorer for Chesterton, 12 points in that game, but Tyler Vanderwood coming in with 8 points, and he averages about 10 points a game. So other than Travis Grayson, who are you going to look at as a guy who needs to step up potentially for Chesterton? Now, I don't know, I have to remember, I don't know if Sean Elliott is out of the game or if he just didn't start or what the issue was with him, because I know he didn't score in that first half, and for the life of me, I can't remember if he got in the first half or not. Right. I think he did. He may not have, but that's something I'm going to have to pay attention to the second half and see where he's at, because he was a guy, 90 points coming into today's game. I really wanted to see him get to that 100-point mark, because that's not an easy thing to do during the course of a season, especially when you're this early in the season, because we're in January, but it's still early in the season compared to when basketball really started.
Yeah, I think it's like their ninth game of the season, so he's doing a good job. And but it'd be, for me, to answer your question, I really enjoy watching number 4, Justin Sims, play, the freshman from Chesterton. He's Chesterton's leading rebounder. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles the physicality of Merrillville. The Akinlie kid from Merrillville is doing a great job of getting deep in the post, and they went to him early, first couple possessions, and they kind of lost track of him a little bit. But again, those in the Dublin Conference in the fourth quarter, that's the kind of Grayson on one end and Akinlie on the other side. Those guys will be factors on how this game ends up tonight.
Yeah, Akinlie had 10 points in that first half, all of them really coming right underneath the basket, and just had a nice good drive right underneath, a little high-low action to him. So yeah, I agree, he's going to be a guy that's going to be pivotal. Now, he was not called for that technical in that first half. He was called for the charge, but there was a technical called after that. So we'll have to, that was called on Vanderwood. Right. So we wanted to make sure that we clarified that, because I was a little confused at first as to how all that was playing down, because we got silent, because we want to try to, because as weird as 2020 and now 2021 have been, we can hear things. Like, we can hear things that we normally couldn't hear before. I couldn't normally hear what a coach might say during a timeout. I can't hear what an official might say here at the scorer's table, but, we can now. So I kind of wanted to hear what was said so I can relay it. And even still, things can be confusing.
Yeah, Kinley took the charge, or had a charge called on him, and on the Vanderwood, I don't know. I don't like to speculate, so we don't know what happened. But
something was said or done. Yeah.
But then when the officials actually came over, he came straight over to the scorer's table, and we were trying to listen, but we just couldn't hear what was going on. But,
right. So usually any dead air you might hear is us trying to maybe potentially hear it, and that's just for our convenience and me be able to relay something. So there's that. All right, at the conclusion of today's game, we'll name the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. I'm trying to think who I would give the ball to potentially a little bit more if I'm Merrillville, because obviously Kinley's getting it down underneath, but who's going to shoot it from the outside? Who's going to, potentially be the guy that gets it to him? Who could be a guy that could step up? I'm thinking potentially it could be Dorian Harris.
Okay, yeah, I was actually thinking Dylan Cody, like you mentioned his name earlier.
Okay.
They have such a balanced attack. It's going to be interesting to see who steps up, but it's good to have choices.
Yes, options are very, very good in depth. All right, we're going to step aside for just a couple of minutes. We will be back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
At Region Mortgage, they're making getting a loan even easier than before. Secure a home purchase loan that utilizes today's great mortgage rates to make your dream home affordable. Go to region.mortgage to apply. It's quick and easy. Looking to lower your interest rate or monthly payment? Receive a quote on a home refinance that may help you save money. Just go to region.mortgage and click on the apply button or call 866-773-4466. Region Mortgage in Merrillville, making getting a loan easier than before. Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
All right, we are ready to bring you the second half here between Chesterton and Merrillville. We've kind of talked about the guys we thought we should see step up potentially, other than the typical guys that we've seen. And I don't see, I was looking for Sean Elliott. I can't see his, there's no jersey visible to me. He's not in the starting lineup, so something may have happened. I did see a young man in a walking boot. I don't know if that's him or not.
I believe that's the Cardenas.
Okay,
kid.
all right, Carson Cardenas.
First few minutes are very important.
Yes.
See if they made any adjustments coming out of halftime.
I've mentioned this, I think I've done a few broadcasts now. I think I've mentioned this on everyone. The first few minutes of the third quarter are usually going to be the most telling of a game to see if you made your adjustments or do you think you're already out of this game in a way. And nobody's out of this game. It's a one-point game, Chesterton on top. So what adjustments are made? We'll see here. The shot from the elbow. Juwan Bundy with a nice jumper. So he's got 5 points in the game, 3 in that first half, 2 here now. Grayson almost losing that one. The pressure comes up. Trying to feed it down low. I thought we were both seeing that look as well, Coach.
Yeah, and we might have dragged his foot there. I might have traveled, but got away with it.
Lombardini giving to Grayson. Got stripped. They're going to say it's going to stay here on this end of the floor.
Again, good ball movement on both ends of the floor coming out in the third quarter here. Got to keep the ball out of the lane if you're Merrillville. Try to protect that paint.
Grayson trying to get around the pressure. He does. Cross-court pass. Lombardini is going to pass around the perimeter now. Grayson going to penetrate inside. Gives back out. Gives to Eaton in the near corner.
The ability to keep the ball in front of you as a on-ball defender is valuable. That way no one else has to help.
Right. Now in a situation like this, they're going to call it travel there, and I agree with the official. In a situation like that, obviously very, very good defense by Munster, but Chesterton could pass the ball they could take 4 minutes off the clock.
Yeah.
As a coach, would you like the idea of a shot clock in high school?
No.
Okay.
I'd say my answer to that would be play defense. If you don't like it, play defense. You can stop him.
Okay. A.J. Dixon underneath with a bucket, his first bucket of the game.
Also, as an administrator, it'd be difficult. Sometimes it's hard for them just to find enough workers as it is.
Correct.
Let alone somebody else that's got to do one more thing.
Yeah, pass down to Mullen. He gets fouled. So he will head to the line. Was 5 for 11 coming into today. 6 for 13 now on the season. 1 for 2 today.
Yeah, I think Chesterton is making a real push to get the ball in the paint, either by penetration or like flex cuts. They're angle flex cuts, which are very difficult to guard, because then right off the back of the double screen there, they run for the post. They're running a top, a double screen, say for Grayson or a shooter, Vanderwood, and it's just hard to guard. You're gonna get a mismatch someplace.
This is where we need to get you a telestrator.
Yeah.
And be able to draw, or the whiteboard, whatever it might be, to draw that up there so the fans at home can, because I'm watching your hands and seeing where things are going.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
McKinley forcing his way to the basket, gets his own rebound. He does step out of bounds, so it will be Chesterton basketball. Man, this kid is just doing what he wants, and he's a sophomore, Coach.
There's a lot of contact down there.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand that you want some flow, but that's how the edginess escalates as you allow that to happen.
Well, it hasn't. I wouldn't say there's been anything that's boiled over yet. There was the technical in that first half, and we don't know exactly what the point was for it. And obviously we had Coach Urban draw a warning in that first half as well. But overall, I would say that, yeah, you can get some of that contact and chippiness, and that can grow or crescendo throughout a game, but we're not seeing it too much yet. But as we get potentially to the fourth quarter, and if this game stays as close as it is, laying it all the way home, Charlie Eaton.
Did a great job again, getting high percentage shots every time down the floor for Chesterton, and I really like their ball movement. Great execution. To go back to what you're talking about, I think again, I don't think Coach Patton or Coach Urban would allow that. They are they are on top of it, and their young men will listen to them and not have that kind of problem.
And they're going to call a travel, or they're going to call a jump ball. Excuse me. There was a lot of stepping going on over there, so a jump ball is called. It'll be Chesterton basketball.
A lot of reaching too. Coach Patton's doing a pretty good job of containing his questions, I'll say.
So he's containing it, whereas Coach Urban was not earlier in the game. He has since had to calm down. But that is, I mean, if you're the coach, you want to go to battle for your team.
You absolutely do, and again, just in letting the official know that you're not unhappy about it, maybe pointing something out, then might help down the road.
A.J. Dixon had it poked away, but it was stolen away by Chris Mullen now. He may have stepped out of bounds. I didn't see, or stepped on that half-court line. Couldn't see. Travis Grayson to the window. Oh, my goodness.
That was great body control.
14 points in the game, and that was spectacular. That might be a candidate for our IKORCC play of the game. Three-point basket put up, but no good by Etchery. I'm sorry, that was Juwan Bundy, excuse me.
Great slip on the ball screen there.
Nice move underneath Tyler Vanderwood. His first points of the second half. Give him 10 on the day.
They've been doing pick and roll in the corner to try to get the ball out of the corner, and he slipped it there. That was a great play. Nice pass. Passed it away from the defense. It was very nice.
And, Coach, this is a noise that we kind of had in our background there that we don't get to hear very often since we've been doing some games. Is, you know, both teams are into it. You can hear the fans getting into it a little bit. You know, the gym rocking a little bit. And it's so hard to do here in but started in the 2020 season, now in 2021.
Well, I think, again, we talked about it before, a bench that's engaged and active in the game is more inclined to do very well when they get in the game, as opposed to sitting there moping about being on the bench. I love to see an active bench. That's one thing we watch on our game film.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's going to have to really play a pivotal role in this particular season, because obviously with limited fans, now hopefully by the time you get to late February and tournament time, hopefully some fans can start coming into, other than family, can start coming into games. That would be our hope. And trust me, being able to do games here is making me that, because I love being able to just, even if I'm not working, for Regions, I love just being able to go watch a game. It's so much atmosphere, and it's a great thing to go watch these kids, spotlight themselves on a fun stage. Kinley gets that poked away, and Patton now is going to get his warning. Yeah, these are our coaches are. Now, and actually it comes at just about the same moment in that first quarter, about the 3:35, and now we got assistant coaches chiming in as well. We're going to have a conversation here with Coach Patton and the official, as we had an assistant coach chirping as well, which that's definitely something that an official is not going to tolerate.
No, you can't have. You can make a point, you can ask a question, but you cannot, you can't stage, show up the officials. That they don't want that.
Ball on the floor there. This one tipped away, saved by Mullen. And we have a timeout taken by Chesterton. Good timeout taken there. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. So have you been impressed with the way that both these teams have come out here in this second half?
I do. This is a great played at a high level. It really is. I know the point total doesn't represent that, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of little things happening within the game. The coaches working the officials, both been warned, and you got guys on the floor getting floor burns, and you got guys banging inside. You got guys, Grayson handling the basketball, being the quarterback for his club. And
well, that is definitely something of an improvement, because I went back and I checked out the Merrillville Hammond game. As the last team that Merrillville played was Hammond, and it was a loss for Merrillville, 79-48, and Coach Patton was not shy about what he thought about his team that night. He straight up said they were soft. That's the kind of stuff they weren't seeing in that game against Hammond. So I think it kind of woke them up, made them. It humbled them a little bit, is what he was looking for them to do.
Well, I think Hammond's going to humble a lot of people this year. They played very well.
Going right to the rim, no good. Rebound comes down. And we're seeing a little bit of that chippiness there. Aggressively taking the basketball, and I think that's what Coach Patton wanted his guys to do. Like, hey, play with a little bit more energy. You get that rebound, grab that rebound.
Well, even for Chesterton, that's Sims, the freshman. As a coach, I'm okay with aggressive fouls. I really am. I'm okay with over the back and rebound fouls. It's the silly fouls that you don't like,
Especially the ones away from the basketball.
Yeah, or the lazy fouls.
Oh, dunking it home, A.J. Dixon. And that could be a IKORCC play of the game. We got a couple of candidates here in this third quarter. Three-point basket put up by Luke Lombardini. 32-29, Chesterton on top. 2:10 to play in the third quarter.
You have that feeling this one's going to go down the wire.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We saw too many blowouts in that Highland tournament. 2 minutes to go. A Kinley for three. Hits the back of the iron. Rebound comes down, but it's going to be picked up. Wow. And we're going to have a foul here as guys hitting the floor. Yeah, the aggressive play by both teams here this particular half, but really in the whole game, very, very impressive.
I would be willing to bet, statistically, that was a Kinley on the paper we have, first attempt of the 3 attempt for the season. And I would be willing to bet Coach Patton would like to see him a little closer to the basket next time.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I assumed it was a three-point. I didn't see if his foot was on the line. I think he was far enough away from the three-point line, right?
Well,
yeah.
Either way, he's out a little farther from the basket than Coach Patton, I'm sure, would like.
Okay.
I would get him to the front of the rim like he was early in the game and let him work. Especially right now, he's got some size advantage.
That's a pass where they thought where his teammate was going to be, as Harris thought his teammate was going to be at the baseline, but he was not. You know, surprisingly, you watch a lot of Big Ten basketball, correct? You know who surprisingly has never attempted, I shouldn't say never because I have to go back and look, but at least this season has not attempted a three-point basket and is one of the top scorers in the Big Ten? I'll let you think about it for a second. It's 1:34 left to play in this third quarter. And this is only because I support this, I watch this team regularly. Grayson trying to get to that one. Urban wanted a foul, didn't get it. Here comes Merrillville in transition, 1:22 to go.
Oh, nice.
Hitting the floor, getting it stripped away. Here comes Grayson again. He's got one to his left, but he's going to take it all the way himself, draw the contact, no bucket, but draws the contact. Trace Jackson Davis for the Hoosiers.
Okay.
Not a big, I don't think in his career has even attempted a three-point shot.
Okay. Well, I'm a big IU fan. I like Coach Miller. I think he's going to hopefully get things turned around down there. But sometimes they're challenging to watch.
But if you are a team that obviously shoots, a lot of threes, or your team tries to shoot a lot of threes and are unsuccessful with it, that's a guy that you can turn to, a big guy, and say, look, he doesn't even shoot threes, and is still a leading scorer every single night.
Well,
that would be a guy that if I'm a Kinley, that's the kind of guy I'm going to be idolizing.
Yeah, but he's the kind of guy that he can catch the ball on the top of the key, one dribble dunk, and go and get around people, and that's what's going to make him a lot of money one day, probably.
Because I can promise you, for any of you young fans listening at home, I can tell you, three-point baskets are nice. They help your team out a lot, but at the same time, not the most important thing in the world.
No, it's you go to practice, and that's one of the things they enjoy doing the most. But coaches have to scoot them in, and let's work our way out. The three-point line, some people say that's messed up the game a little bit, and I'm at a young age, I tend to agree.
There's a three-point basket put up by Angel Nelson. See, what do we know, Coach? We're talking about threes not being that important. Well, there they are. And it brings your team within two.
He's probably 16, 17-year-old.
Owen Guest gets the big three.
If I was in charge, there would be no three-point basket in middle school basketball.
Okay. This one picked up by Dixon, loses it. Long pass down to Lambardini, down to the floor, reversing it home. And the pace has picked up in this one. The intensity and the energy has picked up inside Chesterton High School.
Chesterton's extended the lead here a little bit, up to 7 at the end of the quarter. You want to get a quality shot.
A foul going to be called. Kind of bailing out Merrillville, because I don't know if they really had anything really set up or drawn up there. They kind of were just trying to find a way around. And
they were standing around a little bit.
Getting bailed out there.
Now Merrillville's in the bonus here the rest of the game. It's funny how it all evens out. It's funny. Right? It evens out. It really does.
Bundy with a shot, no good. Trying to get that is the young freshman Justin Sims. 5 seconds to go. The give to Grayson. Stolen away by Dillon. And they're going to make a pass. They're not going to have enough time to close the gap here in the corner. It's a 7-point game as we go to the fourth. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
7-point game as we start the fourth quarter here at Chesterton High School. 39-32 against the Merrillville Pirates. This expects to be a fun quarter of basketball as we wind it down here between the Trojans and the Pirates. This is Jawan Bundy, putting up a shot there, and good. 4 points here in the second half, to go along with 3 in the first half. So Bundy's kind of the guy that's kind of been working around and getting some baskets here in the second half.
You might see a lot of two-man game between him and Kinley setting ball screens and pick and roll and getting him down to the paint.
Grayson putting up a three-point basket and connecting. That is almost a "this is my gym" type of shot right there.
Yeah, he set out a little roar there after the ball went in.
Dixon feeding down to a Kinley down at the baseline. They're going to say it's going to stay right here with Merrillville at the conclusion of tonight's game. We'll name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. The Crowd Companies have offices open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Kinley gave him the ball a little too deep there, underneath the backboard. I know they're trying to emphasize getting the ball inside like that.
Inbounds play that just didn't connect. Harris couldn't get that follow through as almost a over the head pass. I like the attempt as Lombardini for 3 and down. The run is growing here for Merrillville. We'll have a timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. At the conclusion of the game, we'll name the play of the game presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Learn more at IKORCC.com. We were talking about spacing of the floor. Chesterton doing a really, really good job. They're getting a nice little run here to kind of extend this lead, as the lead has grown now to 11 for Chesterton. This was a one-point game, kind of an affair the entire way up until this point.
Yeah, they've created a little separation between themselves and Merrillville, and we'll see how that affects their offense and maybe taking the air out of the ball a little bit, but a long way to go.
They missed a cutting Harris right to the basket, and we're going to have a foul called here. If Kinley had turned his back a little bit quicker, he would have found Harris cutting to the basket. It would have been wide open down the lane.
Well, Coach Urban doesn't agree with that call. Kinley did kind of put his shoulder down and go, but I like the fact that he is going to the basket aggressively. The aggressor usually gets the favor. Good things happen if you're on the aggressive side.
So Kinley will head to the line, and we talked about his first attempt at a three-point basket. This very well might be his first attempt at a free throw this season as well. And I believe it's going to be 1 and 1, not 1 and 1, not 2 shots.
That's an interesting stat also, that he has not gone to the free throw line based on the numbers that we have. As big and strong as that young man is.
Now, I don't know for sure, and he misses that free throw, but they're going to call another foul there. My guess, if I had to guess, Coach, it would be that typically Kinley probably wasn't playing on the varsity team, was probably on the JV team, so didn't have a whole lot of JV stats and getting some minutes.
Correct.
I didn't see what his gameplay looked like.
Well, it says he's played in 6 games, but
they've only played in 7.
But
okay.
he's only shot 3 for 5. So he's only attempted 5 attempts so far this year. So you're, like you said, he might not be getting, this might be the first major minutes he's been getting.
Well, and he has certainly earned more playing time after today's game. 10 points in that first half as Grayson goes all the way to the window.
What I like about his play is not only does he get the ball to the rim, he finishes. I really bet he's got great body control.
A 3-point basket for Dorian Harris. his first points of this second half. Give right down low, Mullen wide open. First field goal of the game for him.
I know Merrillville needs to try to create more possessions, but I don't know if Grayson is one that you would want to trap and press.
Three-point basket by Jawan Bundy. He's got 7 points here in this second half, and we're going to try to match threes. That one just off the mark, and that's where things kind of get a little bit dangerous if you're going to start matching threes, because eventually one team's going to knock them down and the other one is not.
I think Hardy was called for a hook on the rebound. These guys are going at each other pretty good.
Now they do have, so it was Marcus Hardy for that call, and that might be his, I think that's his third.
It's his third, yes.
Of the game. 9-point lead for Chesterton, trying to inbounds here. Mullen hitting the floor, guys running over him. 5:33 left to play in this ball game.
Again, by Chesterton extending their lead a little bit, they have the ability here to take their time, make good decisions with the ball.
Grayson gives to Vanderwood in the corner, 3 off the mark. Pushing straight ahead. Here goes Harris. That's out of bounds. It'll stay on this end of the floor, though. At the conclusion of today's game, we'll name the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Great Lakes Roofing on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
A lot of time left.
Yeah, the give is to Nelson in the corner on the inbound. Bundy knocks it down.
He's taking control here. Like that. Stepping up, wants to be the man.
9 points in this second half. It draws it within 7. 3-point shot hits the front of the iron, rebounded by Nelson. Lombardini with that shot attempt. They're going to try to knock it out of bounds. It's going to be off of Lombardini. So Merrillville will control with 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter.
You know, if I'm Coach Urban, I might want my guys to move the ball a little bit. I'm not saying don't look to score, but make them.
Bundy passes to Harris. Harris just short on the 3. Now, the official kind of right on his back. That was an interesting play development there, and I think that's Harris might have an argument like, hey, that kind of messed up my shot a little bit, man. You're on my back.
Yeah, but again, that's just one more thing that you gotta. If you're not comfortable with the basketball, then don't shoot it. Chesterton's moving the basketball now, taking the air out of the ball a little bit. Again, I'm still looking to score here.
But see, these are those moments where Grayson going to go all the way to a rack attack and laying it home. And we'll have a full timeout taken by Coach Urban, so we will step aside with 4:06 to play. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We got a good one here from Chesterton High School. Trojans are up 51-42 over the Pirates, but the Pirates are getting some buckets here, and they're kind of trying to close the gap a little bit. It's just not always connecting, and if they can kind of keep, to go on a run, you have to get stops, and that's what Merrillville really needs to do against Chesterton here.
Well, that's what we mentioned that last game that we did. If you're coming from behind, you got to. We try to talk about getting a score, stop, score. Mm-hmm. That's how you create a run. I know it sounds simple, but
and not easily done.
No, it's not near as easy as it sounds.
Nelson tries to just shove it towards the basket. I don't know if he thought he was going to get some contact and maybe a whistle there. Ball all over the floor. We got 4 or 5 bodies hitting the floor. The ball's still loose. No official calling anything at the moment. Holy cow. I have never seen that.
Yeah, the ball was loose. It looked like a popcorn kernel or a pinball. Yeah, it was. But I like the fact that guys are down on the floor. Like we talked about, floor burns will be in effect tonight for after-game showers. That's a good thing. That's the Duneland Conference right there, right in that little nutshell.
It's Chesterton trying to get an inbounds play there, almost getting trapped in the corner. Now, see, I think Nelson should have gone up there and tried to trap it or help on that trap, right?
Yeah. Again, it's Chesterton is so, they have great guard play. It's so hard to trap and turn them over.
Grayson giving up.
So he's running a little motion offense.
And this is just to kill some time on the clock because you have the lead.
They might run this for 30 seconds and maybe call a set play.
But see, this is where I would personally be in favor of, and the steal there, so I mean the shot clock may not be a factor there. But like you said, people working, and that's where the Merrillville team going to get frustrated with each other as you were supposed to have it. No, you were supposed to have it. But I get to your point about the shot clock issue, because somebody would have to work that clock, and then not every school can afford to have 1 or 2 clocks.
Especially with the COVID going on and all of that. Like I said, it's just one less thing you have to worry about as an administrator. But I don't think so. I mean, I remember the days of there were some coaches back, you know, in single-class basketball when a Wheeler would play a Portage and the final score was 20-18, you know, and, you know, that the coach at Wheeler, his name was Skeeter Heath, and he just...
As Mullen right down underneath. You said his name was Skeeter?
Skeeter Heath, yeah. They would run the flex forever.
That is a basketball name if I've ever heard one.
That is a basketball name. He was a great coach, a long-time coach. It's either you guarded it or they beat you. It was simple.
Dixon lost the basketball, but a foul going to be called. He's going to get bailed out here, a foul against Chesterton. Now, we're starting to see...
They're talking. Things are getting a little chippy here.
So the original foul was called on who? Because if he's at the line, it's got to be called against Chesterton, so that might be the second.
On number 3, I believe.
Okay, so Lombardini gets called for the foul. Now, what were they saying about?
Number 50 from Merrillville
is going to the line.
A.J. Dixon got a warning, I believe, for talking to the Chesterton people.
Gotcha, okay, gotcha.
Now we got the Merrillville guy in the Chesterton huddle over on this side.
But that's legal, that's allowed, and the official right there as well.
That was allowed. And
Grayson trying to fight his way through the lane, just misses the layup.
It's one of those, Coach Urban wanted that one, that could have been a dagger.
3-point basket put up, no good. That was Marcus Hardy up there for the 3.
See, this isn't Merrillville's game. They're shooting only 29% from the 3-point line for the season. I think that they still have to continue to attack the rim, get to the free throw line. Do not rely on the 3-point shot.
This one knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Chesterton as it was knocked out of bounds by Marcus Hardy, senior on this Merrillville Pirate team. Dixon going to check out here, and is it Mathis that checks in, or is it Akinlie that checks in now for the Pirates? He's getting some big minutes in this one.
That's it.
Eaton for 3, no good. Rebounding comes down to Akinlie.
So again, I think Merrillville's got time to get the ball in the paint. They do not have to rely on the 3-point shot.
They want to feed it down to Akinlie there, force his way to a basket. Big size matchup there. Just can't finish. Those are the ones that if you like the look, you like the attempt, but you got to finish those. Those are bunnies.
You have to. You worked so hard to get the ball there. You worked so hard to get position. You got to be able to try to finish that possession.
But he's a sophomore, so he's going to gain some muscle for sure. And that's going to be, we got major contact there on the charge.
That's a charge. Great defense, great team defense by Merrillville there. But again, there's still time. They do not need the 3-point shot.
Right. Just quickly attack down low. If
scores and stops. We've talked about it.
Akinlie's down on this end of the floor. If you can quickly get it down to him, he will muscle his way to the basket.
Yep. That's a high percentage shot. He's going to make more than he misses from down there.
Pulling up for a jump shot. Bundy can't get it to go. Rebound does come down to Chesterton.
I think if I'm Merrillville there too, I would like to see more offensive rebounders. There was only one guy in there. The other guys were spectating.
Okay.
Catch the ball with 2 hands.
And we'll have a full timeout taken by the Chesterton Trojans, so we'll step aside. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
1:03 to play here in this fourth quarter. Merrillville trying to cut this lead down. They're certainly not going to do it walking up the floor like that, so Bundy's got to haul it down the floor. Long pass that is picked off by Lombardini, and this is where this team needs to just walk down the floor. Don't rush it too much here.
Yeah. Put someone in the middle, move the basketball. Merrillville's got a foul.
They're not looking to foul at the moment.
They're not looking to foul yet, no.
Trying to poke that one away. It's going to be they're going to say he hit it, and none of the officials are going to back that up. I feel like tonight we're kind of spotlighting the officials a little bit more than I normally would, but because it's such a hard job.
It sure is.
And we get a foul. Oh, they're going to say go ahead.
I heard a whistle.
That's what I did too.
I thought I heard a whistle.
There definitely was, as Nelson puts up a three, no good. Yeah, I feel like this game has had its quirks, and the officiating has been a little quirky as well, making it kind of confusing, and the chippiness that has gone along with it. But yeah, officials it's such a hard job, and you have to do these things in real time. I don't care what position, if you're hockey, baseball, football, whatever. It's such a challenging job.
And again, from up here, we've got a better angle than they do from down there. You know, they're right on top of the play.
Yeah, we can see things a little bit differently.
And again, these are pretty. I think that I think the game was called the way it should have been called tonight.
Yeah, I don't disagree. 5 seconds left to go in this one. So your final score is going to be Chesterton at 53 and Merrillville 42. We'll step aside for a moment. We have some awards to hand out, so stay with us for that. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Region Mortgage, they're making getting a loan even easier than before. Secure a home purchase loan that utilizes today's great mortgage rates to make your dream home affordable. Go to region.mortgage to apply. It's quick and easy. Looking to lower your interest rate or monthly payment? Receive a quote on a home refinance that may help you save money. Just go to region.mortgage and click on the apply button or call 866-773-4466. Region Mortgage in Merrillville, making getting a loan easier than before. Those drops of water coming from your ceiling can make a lasting impression on your home or business. Before the tide turns, call Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121. They work with your deadline, not theirs. From businesses to homeowners to property managers, the team of problem solvers at Great Lakes Roofing will be there fast and will exceed your expectations. And when the rain falls again, they will follow up to make sure that you're dry and comfortable. Great Lakes Roofing, 866-551-7121, or on the web at greatlakesroof.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, You'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Chesterton High School as Chesterton gets the win 53-42 over the Merrillville Pirates. Michael Brander, Doug Nelson alongside. And it was a really good basketball game for the first 3 quarters and a half, and then Chesterton just kind of ran away with it at the end there, and Merrillville kind of just got a little bit sloppy toward the end. But it was a really good game, and I think another game where Merrillville can say, we see things that we can use to develop as a team and get better.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Merrillville's talented people. They're skilled players. A lot of them are pretty young. I liked how Juwan Bandy stepped up and made some shots there in the second half off the ball screen. He had a little one-dribble jumper. I thought he did a good job. And with their sophomore forward, Isaiah Kinlier, I thought he's going to be fun to watch next couple years. And, again, they'll go home and use this film and get better for their next game.
Yep, absolutely. All right, it's time to name our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowd Company is proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Coach, who do you have as our Lantern Man Superhero of the game?
Well, we got to love the Chesterton point guard, Travis Grayson. He had 23 points tonight. He's a junior. Again, he's a coach's dream. It looks like a little coach on the floor, and those guys you got to have, and those guys help you win close games, and they're going to help. He's going to help them win in very important games here down the stretch also.
Yeah, and he had a really nice, he just handles the ball really well and just forces his way through a defense to do kind of what he wants. So definitely worthy of a superhero of the game. Let's look at the IKORCC play of the game now, brought to you by IKORCC, Training, Professionalism, and Partnerships for Economic Development. We had one in the third quarter, I believe, right, Coach?
Yeah, it was about 2:20 left in the third. A.J. Dixon had a good little dish, and he threw down a pretty hard slam with 2 hands, and those are the high percentage shots that Coach Patton, I'm sure, would want more of, and I'm sure they'll get here in the future, and that's what they're going to work towards. So that was a great play for Merrillville tonight.
All right, so that is your IKORCC play of the game. It's now time to name the Great Lakes Roofing Blue Collar Player of the game, brought to you by Great Lakes Roofing. Call 886-551-7121 for a free estimate. Blue collar for you, Coach?
Our choice tonight was Isaiah Kinlier. Again, 10 points tonight, only a sophomore. He's going to be a monster. I'm excited to see how he progresses and grows as a player, and he's going to be a force in the Duland Conference here for the next 2.5 years.
I know the more games that you do with us, the more you're excited to say a Kinlier.
Yeah, I'm good at it now.
On the broadcast. All right, so that is your blue collar player of the game by Great Lakes Roofing Company. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, coordinating producer, Nathan Lair, your broadcast crew tonight, myself, Michael Brenner, and Coach Doug Nelson. Game producer, Rich Castillo. On video, Ken Siegfried. Thank you guys for making us look and sound good. Appreciate you. Jeff Hamstra, the athletic director here at Chesterton. Big thanks to them for helping us get set up here. And for the coaches of both teams, Mark Urban for Chesterton and Bo Patton for Merrillville, getting us all the rosters and stats early this week. So that was really nice to be able to get all that prepped. And, of course, thank you all of the fans on Facebook.com/RegionSports and RegionSports.com. Appreciate you all. We will see you soon from a stadium near you. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's Game Night in the Region broadcast is brought to you by Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future. The Crow Companies, your insurance superheroes. Great Lakes Roofing, Chicagoland's #1 commercial roofing contractor. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Four Seasons Mechanical, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. Region Mortgage, making getting a mortgage easier than before. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop. Allstate Insurance Elaine Morris. It's good to be in good hands. Ennis Builders,